Hey everyone, Bank of Bricks here. Today, I will be going through each LEGO Minecraft set that's been released, and rank them. I'll give a few of my thoughts on the set, and do a basic review, before placing it on our chart. I'll explain what each tier means now. At the very top, we have S tier, being an exemplary LEGO set and portraying Minecraft very well. A tier is a great set that I think does everything right in terms of what a LEGO Minecraft set should. B tier is a really good set that has some flaws, but is still worth a purchase. C tier is a decent set that definitely could be improved. D tier is a set that fails my expectations, and is not worth buying. And F tier is where the real stinkers are, failing at being a Minecraft adaptation and a LEGO set. One final thing before we begin, a set's size, price, and piece count doesn't necessarily make it better or worse. We have a lot of sets to rank, so let's begin. Minecraft's first wave of sets were the Micro World series, non-minifigure scale, instead having micro, brick-built figures. The block shape of them is pretty cute. The Micro Village does its job at displaying a pre-Village and Pillage update town. The pig and villager figs are quite cute, but I don't like the zombies' light green eyepiece. The mountain biome's grass leads this set to having a rather bland look. The underground cave is a bit sparse, but I like the minecart rail approximations. C tier. The Micro Nether lives up to the pre-updated Nether, being rather boring and hideous. Using black for the Nether Fortress is completely wrong, and looks more like a bastion before those even existed. If I were to improve this set, making the dark red regular red would make it pop more, and allow the fortress to use the much more appropriate dark red. The gas figure is rather plain, but quite pleasing. A blaze would be a good replacement instead of the two ghasts this set includes. D tier. The end. While simple, perfectly encapsulates the main island. Looking at this set, you can easily see what it's meant to be. The towers and end portal look good. The underground section is a bit lacking, but its sparseness makes more sense, given its source material. This set includes a few Endermen, as well as the Ender Dragon herself, who, despite her size, is designed pretty well. Definitely my favorite of the Micro series. A tier. Moving on to our first minifigure scale wave, we have the cave. Kind of lacking by modern set standards, the cave still has an early Minecraft charm. I like its ores and the bit where water and lava meet, clearly before LEGO updated their design for Obsidian. Steve is almost perfect here, equipped with a pickaxe. A zombie is pretty much just Steve, but I like its cartoony LEGO appearance and how its colors pop. The spider is a great design, they nailed it straight away. A basic set that could be improved. I won't let nostalgia blind me. This set is C tier. The farm is exactly what it says on the box, a nice agricultural and animal blend. The sheep is so cute, and the cow is very nice, a figure I still don't own. The skeleton's use of the classic LEGO body is great, and the bow is a great mold. A good deal, and a good set. B tier. The first night is what I think of first when looking back at this wave. A good house, creatively made, with its roof having some life up top, and a pen for a pig next to it. The signature creeper debuted in this set, a great design that unfortunately lacks articulation. A decent set looking back, but nothing extraordinary. B tier. The crafting box is the first of its kind, and what this theme was meant to be. Combining LEGO's brick boxes with the endless creativity of Minecraft was an excellent idea, including some basic instructions and ideas to get your mind going. A diamond pickaxe and mushroom were great inclusions, not quite reaching the potential of its successors, but this is still an A tier set. The Ender Dragon is LEGO's first minifigure scale attempt at the end, and the dragon herself. Plain, but I adore these tower designs. I don't know what's up with this portal. Why is it blue? And that egg is far too round. The minifig scale Endermen, like their micro counterpart, were perfect from the bat. Steve in diamond armor is a great touch. The dragon is pretty good, but would be improved quite a bit in later sets. B tier. The mine is a full-on mineshaft build, with working minecart and TNT play feature. Its height is amazing, and comes packed with all the basic mobs for you to fight. For how early on this set was made in the theme's life, it's spectacular. High A tier for sure. The dungeon shows a perfect chunk display, cut right out of a Minecraft world. While rather chunky, the spawner is an excellent build. I love the desert above, as it reminds me of finding dungeons just below the sand due to its gravity. I think this part here is supposed to be lava, but can easily be mistaken as red sand. Now, I've saved the best part for last. This set allows you to spawn in a zombie with this wall play feature. A solid set, packed with play features. A tier. The snow hideout includes an igloo-like build, and the first creeper explosion play feature that they loved early on in this theme. The snow golem's design is sacrificed somewhat to include its stud shooter arms. This set, while accurate, is just way too much white, and its chunky design, in my opinion, just leads to it being ugly. D tier. The Desert Outpost, a fortified homestead with a little farm, river, and comes with some defense. This two-part play feature involves a piston, a simple build, pushing this TNT block to cause this once again featured explosion action. We finally see Alex in LEGO form, and she's spectacular. I appreciate this skeleton coming equipped with armor. Oh, and how could I forget our first dog? A set I'm quite fond of. B tier. The Nether Fortress, completely showing up the micro version. A rather flat set, with most of the set being focused on being long instead of detailed. I love this build for the portal. The pigman's colors are bright and bold, matching the regular pig build. Despite what I've said about the zombie, I don't love the pop of this figure. The blaze is excellent, no critiques. Now, let's discuss the travesty of this set. The gas, ugly and small. It's unfortunate that its first appearance is so bad. It's basically been chibified. C tier. The Iron Golem is built around its namesake. The Iron Golem transformation play feature is excellent, and while the first iteration of the Golem is a tad on the ugly side, I still like getting it, and a baby pig is a bonus. B tier. The end portal is cluttered. It feels like so much happening in this set, but little depth. By trying to include each part of the stronghold, it falls flat by being unable to do any of them justice. A clunky library with a random cave spider. The end portal without its spawner. Seriously? No silverfish? But 2 whole endermen? Not to mention, the build is unwieldy and hard to combine nicely with the other sets. Its figures save it from being at the lowest point. D tier. The Jungle Treehouse does a good job at showing the jungle. My issue comes with it reusing brown for the jungle's logs, and the same color for the planks as oak. I wish we could have seen an old or new color for this part. Other than that gripe, I enjoy the waterfall, vines, and cocoa beans, and I'm glad to see the ocelot. This set looks like a player's base. B tier. The Wither is an interesting set. First of all, look at this Wither skeleton's legs on the render. They're miscolored. I appreciate the designers trying to incorporate redstone creations, but using one against the Wither is odd. The size for the Wither is great. The build, on the other hand, is a jumbled mess. C tier. The fortress is deserving of the name. This is a worthy castle. I love the banner's introduction, and the iron bars look great here. This set feels like a player's base, with their farm animals, including their battle mount, the horse. Great design. This place comes stocked with all the swords you could ever need, and the armor stand looks superb. The gold armor Steve is wearing is fit for a king. I don't know how it'll fare against the skeleton army though. A wonderful set. S tier. The village. This is up there for one of the best sets of the entire theme. I love the variety of builds, and appreciate the attempt at creating a trading post to include that feature in a physical manner. A great variety of mobs and biomes. All I could ask more of this set is maybe just one more villager. S tier for sure. The Mushroom Island. Great to get more mushrooms, and even a baby. This set introduced the compass, and a much better boat build. This gives the set a good feeling of exploration. Unfortunately, a lot of the set's pieces had to be dedicated to the giant mushrooms, leaving the rest quite lacking. C tier. The Nether Railway is great, and includes traveling through the Nether, which is faster than the overworld. I love the rail system in this theme, and hope we see more of it. The magma cube hopping is cute, and the big build is perfectly done. Once again, the Nether feels a bit cobbled together and ugly. B tier. The ice spikes showed the introduction of enchanted items to the theme. a rather basic set is elevated by this, with the rather unique enchantment table setup. A baby cow is a nice addition, and the use of redstone torches to not melt the ice is a cool piece. C tier. The Jungle Temple. LEGO loved jungle around this time, huh? This set perfectly replicates the often forgotten jungle temple structure. We get another ocelot, and the introduction of leather armor, which I think looks wonderful. A really solid set. B tier. The Witch Hut is excellent in its design, perfectly replicating the marsh-like landscape of this biome. The lily pads look so good, and I love this oversized brewing stand and its potions. The witch and her hut look great, and these slimes are adorable. A tier. The waterfall base is the perfect player home, a good design that fits in with Minecraft. This lava moat is cool, and I've always adored the anvil build. Using this pet sheep's wool for the carpet is amazing. And we finally see the cat, and while a small detail, I've always enjoyed the iron and gold pants of Steve and Alex. The little details of this set carry it to S tier. The Crafting Box 2.0 is even better than the first. A cow, horse, slime, and creeper accompany our leather pants Steve, this time with plenty of parts and beetroots. You can let your creativity run wild. S tier. The Ocean Monument uses LEGO sand green color to its fullest. Really, this set looks great, and straight out of the game. I appreciate the inclusion of clear pieces to help aid in the appearance of you or your foes swimming. Speaking of, the Guardian and its Elder look pretty good. Their enemy, the squid, is a perfect one-to-one of its in-game counterpart. The enchanted equipment is nice to see again. The only issue I have with this set is it would be a bit difficult to incorporate into your world or displays. B tier. The Mountain Cave. S tier. I joke, but this set really is perfect. Massive and encapsulates a mountain straight out of the game. Packed with a cave and minecarts. What's not to love? We get our first shield item along with the long-awaited sign print. Wolves and rabid ones at that attack. Fitting of the cave, we get two now outdated bat builds. And of course, the charged creeper. And heck, throw in another new sheep. Truly one of this theme's best. S tier. The Melon Farm is our biggest set, followed by one of the smallest. A great value set with our first melons and a banner. A rideable pig and villager. You can even pluck this carrot. B tier. The Nether fight is yet another chunk of nether. This time at its ugliest. The highlight of this set is its magma blocks. Seriously, that's my favorite part. F tier. The Chicken Coop. This set brings the long-awaited chickens. In my opinion, it was worth the wait. Seriously, their designs are wonderful. The chicken statue is great. And finally getting eggs, seeds, and feathers is awesome. A rather lovely set. B tier. The Zombie Cave. This set feels like our first remake of the cave set. This time it's much prettier. The baby zombie is a bit ugly with its solid blue body, but if anything, that makes them scarier. It's nice to see andesite too. B tier. The Polar Igloo brings back LEGO's favorite snow biome build. This time it's less horrendous though, more shapely. We see a simple redstone trap as defense. The Stray build is great. I love the cloth edition. And the polar bears are pretty solid, with the adult being able to attack. B tier. The Nether portal features a functioning, nether portal. Send Steve through it in his minecart to face our best looking nether yet. The baby zombie pigman is so cute, and its different head makes it less horrendous than its parents. The Ghast. Oh my, the Ghast. Finally, a proper sized improvement is introduced, with a much better fireball play feature too. A tier. The farm cottage is a simple homestead. This name tag donkey is a delight. The bannered farms are great. The hay bale roof is excellent and makes the build pop. We get a functioning anvil and our first bunny rabbits, baby and adult. B tier for bunny. The Skull Arena gives our first non-Alex and Steve figures. They look great. This PvP match could end in a number of disastrous ways. Let's hope you don't encounter the killer rabbit. Finally, we get a golden apple. A great addition. Just make sure you don't get poisoned trying to grab it. B tier. The Skeleton Attack features another treehouse, this time being attacked by the Skeleton Horsemen. Horseman, since the set only comes with one skeleton horse. Our only other new feature is a red sheet, kind of a bland set. C tier. The Bedrock Adventures. This cave set is the best yet. We have a mine shaft with an appropriate cave spider spawner, and an explosion feature for the 50th time. The scale and figures help this set a lot compared to its cave peers. Also, finally we get a silverfish. This danger sign is really cute. High B tier. We have our first Big Figs, registered trademark, with Steve and a parrot. Not really my thing, but these are built quite well. I really like how the pickaxe is built. B tier. Alex and the chicken up next. They look good. Love the diamond sword design. And the chicken is a fantastic build. A tier. Skeleton and Magma Cube. What an odd couple. The helmet is a bit goofy. And the fig doesn't look as good to me as the player Big Figs. Also, the bow is heavily hurt by the need to include these flickfire missiles that are brown for some reason. D tier. The end battle brings us back to the end island. This time, no wasted space and shoddy portal. A simple pillar and end stone is all we need. The player in this set is quite cool, and the dragon is excellent, with her new design being much better. There is a flickfire mechanic, but thankfully it's tastefully implemented into her body. If the end island was just a bit better, this would be a perfect set. A tier. The Pirate Ship Adventure. Are you ready for my ranking? This set introduced the fantastic fire mold, and we get some nice aquatic buddies, with the turtle and dolphin. The turtle's eggs are just ashore. Fear not, you landlubbers, as our pirate figure can befriend the parrot. The ship's dispenser cannons are really cool, and I love the skeleton banner and skulls that adorn the ship. Also, this set has a sort of alternate build. The ship is clipped in 3 parts that allow you to unbuild it and make it into a shipwreck structure. A tier. The wool farm is our first little love for pixel art fans. This set's sheep come in handy, with the many included designs for its platform builds. Of course, creativity is encouraged. Set's a little too simple for my liking though, but we did get a yellow sheep. I'd name these Ketchup and Mustard, or Sector and Cyrax. B tier. The Blaze Bridge features nothing new, but is more of an attempt to make it up for us, for all the bad nether sets of the past. 2 blazes help. A brewing stand is nice too. And the function to have a blaze float and move with a clear piece, even better. Solid B tier. The Creeper Mine, a mine with a nice big player built creeper. I like the husks design, and this player looks excellent. I love the goggles. Seeing a cow is nice, and what's nicer is our first bit of mesa biome. Unfortunately relegated to about 10 pieces in this corner. I really don't have much to say about this set. It's about a 6 out of 10, and a low B tier. The Big Fig Creeper and Ocelot sneak up on us. This Ocelot is adorable, and has a little fishy friend, or food. The Creeper looks well, with its 2 tones and printed face. A tier. The frightening baby zombie and pig appear. Wait, the little guy has something on his head. Huh, odd. The builds are pretty good. What the 2 tones did for the Creeper hurt the pig. B tier. The Panda Nursery is up next, and it delivers cake. Wait, why is it round? Anyways, the bamboo builds look pretty good, and this little mossy structure is cool. It looked great next to the jungle temple. The pandas themselves are pretty solid. The big one's head articulates, so it can sit up. B tier. The Pillager Outpost is not a Pillager Outpost, but the buildings that surround one. Despite that, I really like this set. The Pillagers are my favorite mob type, and this set has 2. The crossbow mold might be Minecraft's best ever. The training dummies are pretty sweet looking, and this cage looks excellent. This knight figure can use his axe for attacking, or freeing our golem friend. A tier. More Illagers in the Illager raid. This desert village is spectacular. I adore the house and the bell, the terracotta, and a more accurate armor stand. We finally get some more wood diversity with the acacia tree and the savanna biome. The new cat is so cute. The desert villagers themselves are wonderfully clad. The Vindicator is new and looks great. The player fig is Kai from Ninjago. Now that's a pretty sweet crossover. Now we need to talk about the elephant, or rather Ravager, in the room. The Ravager, for some reason, is brown compared to the in-game gray. This unfortunately keeps this set from being the S tier it deserves, landing it in A tier. The Crafting Box 3.0 is as good as the rest, having all the parts you need to inspire you to build the set of your dreams. Well, as long as it's 500 pieces. The lack of diversity in mobs brings the set down to an A tier. The Taiga Adventure, beautiful sand green plates, berry bushes, a wolf, and the wonderful fire pieces. What more could one ask for? Oh, maybe an accurate fox. Seriously, this is just the cat build but orange. F tier. The Redstone Battle, our first Minecraft dungeon set. These two golem builds are fantastic and have excellent mobility. The players all look nice, and the variety of weapons included is truly wonderful. S tier. The Coral Reef is an underwater adventure. The coral pops and looks spectacular. We get both types of pufferfish and a turtle helmet, along with the new drowned mob. A tier for sure. A great deal. The Bee Farm is a flower forest with bees. Happy bees, angry bees, a 6'6" bee, and even a villager. Seriously, this skin is great. And we even get the fantastic Elytra molds. S tier. The Abandoned Mine. Now, I know it's called Minecraft, but how many mines do we need? This one is a true remake of the first cave set. Zombie, spider, and all. It's less bland than the first, but with the quality of sets released now, this just ain't up to scruff. Especially with the ever-increasing price of LEGO. C tier. The Trading Post. Featuring everybody's punching bag, the Wandering Trader, and their llamas. We get a nice backdrop of the Mesa biome. And it even has a dark oak mine shaft. The llamas look great, but unfortunately, the Wandering Trader looks ugly as sin. C tier. The Warped Forest is a rather infamous set. The build is really good, and the colors are excellent. The piglins look great, and this player skin looks pretty nice. But this hoglin is really bad, kinda small, and it's the wrong shade. It carries this set down to B tier. The First Adventure is the first and last Minecraft Earth set. A rather bland build is carried by its unique mobs, a moo bloom, horned sheep, and dyed cat. B tier at best. The Pig House is a giant pig, a good one. It does its job well, and functions well for a LEGO playset, having an easily accessible interior. Nothing special in the mob department, but solid. A tier. The Horse Stable has another Horseman of the Apocalypse. Try and collect them all. Also, 2 horses, the draw of which being a diamond-clad armored horse. This rancher figure looks great. I adore their colors. The Trident mold looks fantastic, but this is a rather odd set to introduce it. Speaking of, we see the first appearance of golden carrots. The brick and birch, alongside hay, make this set stand out in the middle to little size category. A tier. The Ruined Portal, another in-game structure, and it's a overworld and nether split set? Seriously, this is great. A bit of crimson and warped forest contrasts well with the standard green of the overworld. I love this parallel between the water and lava. We get not just some ancient debris, but our first full set of netherite armor, which looks fantastic. I truly adore the gunmetal gray. A purple sheep is a nice send-off, if not for the baby hoglin. Still, I say this set is worthy of A tier. The Sky Tower, one of the most creative sets we've seen thus far. I love each of the 3 sections and how they float, implementing Minecraft's non-gravity quite well. The abundant dark turquoise certainly helps this set stand out. More elytra and a rocket and trident to help our figure glide through the sky, and a helmet in case they crash. A nice orange cat accompanies the infamous phantoms, who look incredible and are a great foe to face in this flying fort of a set. S tier. The Modern Treehouse, our third tree-based, base. It's kind of a mess visually. I get the open concept, but it feels a tad un-Minecrafty, and that sacrifice was only for it to become unwieldy. The gray cat is nice, and our furry skins are quite cute as well. The best part of this set is its alternate build, which is just some jungle trees. C tier. The Jungle Abomination, a rather fitting name. This figure-packed set lacks any set. The Abomination hugs up most of the parts, and our only side build includes this rather unblocky flower thing. Don't hate me, dungeon fans. The Enchanted Creeper looks cool, if not out of place with the rest of the sets. Our figures are basic, but fine. This jungle skeleton is a bit of variety in a sea of plain skellies. D tier. The Creeper Ambush, a small and perhaps starter set. I love this simple spyglass and baby farm animals. The exploding creeper looks weird, but not hideous. B tier. The Fox Lodge. Oh brother, here we go again with the knockoff cats. This time we get a snowy fox at least. The house is kind of cute. Our fox-loving figure fits in with some of the other figures of this wave, but still, I don't know why all the snowy or partially frozen sets are so disappointing. C tier. The Mushroom House. Introducing one of the simplest house builds that we've all done at some point into the theme is quite fun. I believe this is our first tiny bit of the Dark Forest biome we've seen, and we get a spider jockey along with it. I was confused with what Alex was holding at first, but it's a neat translation of a bowl for her mushroom. High B tier. The Guardian Battle, another welcome undersea set. Coral and Prismarine look good. I hate the glow squid, but it looks good in LEGO form. The Guardians return and look pretty decent. I like their little stands. And finally, we have our deep sea diver and their axolotls, the highlight of this set. The molds for them look great, and I'm glad we got this many color variants. A tier. The Rabbit Ranch. Sunflowers finally debut, and I adore them. We see the return of the carrot pull and explosion play features. And of course the bunnies. They look great, and this build is even better. The figure is quite cool, and I like the pixelated carrot in their pocket. B tier. The Training Grounds. LEGO loves ninjas, and I believe this figure was a part of a contest. The building itself is a bit of a small cherry grove biome. This azalea tree leads down to the lush cave. This bush is a perfect build. The vines are nice. The flower looks a little off though. A tier. The Bakery. Talk about bang for your buck. An exclusive chef figure, finally getting bread and a square cake, a really nice cold farming villager, and the new goat, which is done quite well. They're honestly so adorable. The set's build is nice and popping too with its wool roof. High A tier. The Nether Bastion, featuring everyone's favorite pigman, the Piglin and Piglin Brute, both looking fantastic. This Nether set even features the as yet seen Basalt Delta. These pieces work perfectly for them. We get the return of the Magma Cube, and a new friend, the Strider. The Strider is a bit goofy, but I think it works well enough. Add on a really unique player figure, and you have yourself an excellent Nether set. A tier. The Ice Castle is yet another cold biome set, but this time, it's actually good. The fortress has a unique look, and it's not even ugly. Our characters have got quite the army to fight. Speaking of, both figures are stunning. Seriously, some of the best in the theme. Who could hate this Yeti? A final note, we get a nice chunk of the sea ice biome. I love the color chosen for the plate. High B tier. The Red Barn is yet again another fantastic set. I'll say it here, the LEGO designers have really outdone themselves with this wave. The barn is perfect in design, and it looks like a build straight out of the game. The many farm animals are nice to get, and a chicken jockey is a frightening foe. The villager is great, and I love a ranching minifigure. A tier once again. The Llama Village. Oh, how I adore this set. I missed out on getting it when it was still on shelves, and online. But its quality is so good, I may just have to pay the ridiculous upselling price to get my hands on this gorgeous piece. The llama build is fantastic and is a great looking and smart choice for a village set. The village part looks great. I love its well and bell. The trading post is always a neat part of the LEGO village sets, and the villagers look really well and unique, donning red. This player looks fantastic and colorful, and another knight to guard the village is wonderful. As always, I adore the pillagers. And this patrol includes a banner. Where else could this set go but S tier? The Skeleton Dungeon has taken the best parts of two past great sets and combined them. The Lush Cave and Gypstone meet at the Skeleton Spawner. The new tall lily pads are pretty solid. The Splunker figure is rather unique, and I like the yellow and dark turquoise combo. Reminds me of some other miners. S tier. The Abandoned Village features a decent set of spruce builds, and an abundance of pumpkins. The zombies look good after the villaging and pillaging, and our fig is ready for combat. The Black Cat is a nice touch also. Pretty solid, but nothing too special. B tier. The Swamp Adventure is our first look at the Mangrove Swamp, a biome deserving of a much bigger set. But this is good, I suppose. especially since it gives us cheap access to the spectacular new frog mold. A tier. The Bee Cottage is another cute big mob build. The bees flying around this tree is awesome. And our figure being a honey-covered bear is hilarious, and one of my favorites of the player characters. With an angry bee and baby zombie, you're gonna have to defend yourself, honey. A tier. The End Arena, another PvP focused set. It's been a while. This dragon build is a tad ugly, but I like to think the end crystals here are used in the fight. The Chorus Plant is a nice addition, showing that this is the first set to take place away from the main End Island. Our figures look fairly battle worn. This Shulker is the highlight of the set, being a new mold. It doesn't save it from this being a tad disappointing, but not atrocious. C tier. The Frozen Peaks show a return to form in ugly snow biomes. The Stray is nice to see again, but we're missing its excellent cloth piece. At least it's great to finally get dyed leather armor. The main build is a combination of spikes, ice spike and dripstone, meet to make an ugly bunch of blocks. Disappointing. D tier. The Sword Outpost reminds me of an old instruction from the Crafting Box 1.0, but much better. Like lots of players, I too like to make pixel art, which is nice to see incorporated into a set. The figures look nice. It's appreciated to include someone with Vitiligo. This jukebox is incredible, and the Allay came out great. A tier. The Panda Haven is yet another big mob build. Unfortunately, we see the return of the dreaded round cake piece. The panda itself is fine, I suppose. Our figure is just okay to me. C tier. The Deep Dark Battle. The Deep Dark itself looks great, and the Warden was designed well. We not only get great figures, but our first enchanted crossbow. And finally, a molded hoe piece. I don't think that's going to help much against the Warden though. B tier. The Axolotl House, featuring the head of a giant axolotl. We finally get the green axolotl, my favorite, and it looks great. A fish, just plain tropical fish is nice. The Diver minifigure is a tad ugly in my opinion. Nothing truly extraordinary about this set. C tier. The Pumpkin Farm sees more mangrove, and it even has a boat. It looks distinguished. The Witch is always a great sight to see, and we get a gray frog this time around. The pumpkin house itself is a facade, but does its job well enough. B tier. The Crafting Box 4.0 is a step up from its disappointing predecessor. The amount of color we see is nice, and including both of our player characters at this time make it a great starter set. A nice new cat and sheep join the fray to make this the best crafting box so far. S tier. The Iron Golem Fortress is yet another mob build, but done right, like the llama before it. The more detailed look makes it stand out from the simple pig and panda. Our figures are good, with a cool set of players, and we even get 2 of the horsemen this time. Much appreciated. S tier. Steve's Desert Expedition. A cute campout for a unique Steve figure, this time with a thankfully slightly more accurate skin tone. Mojang, stop whitewashing Steve. His camel buddy is adorable, and the Phantom is perfect for telling scary tales by the campfire late at night. A tier. The Armory. You know dark turquoise always draws me in. Some nice terracotta and a blacksmith's forge are wonderful. Another portal and new enchanted trident are even better. Our blacksmith is fantastic, with goggles always being a plus. This Alex figure is fantastic. I'm glad they've started to give us more variety. High B tier. The Animal Sanctuary. This set is a bit hard on the eyes with the variety of colors. It hurts rather than helping this build. The new sheep, cat, and dog are all very nice at least. Our player is simple, but rather cool. C tier. The Turtle House is C tier. These mob houses are wearing me out and taking up too much of each wave. The raft is cool, and the baby turtle designs are excellent. The player is, you'll never guess, but a themed animal costume. The Nether Portal Ambush is excellent. A good blend of biomes. The return of the fantastic gas build, and even a unique and good player design. And what's this? The Hoglin was redesigned and actually looks perfect now. Thank you, LEGO. A tier. The Frog House. This set at least tries, with the frog's interior being spruced up with birch fences. More frogs are spectacular, and we get a green one at last. Our player character is touting a nice expression and design as well. B tier. The Devourer Showdown. Another spin-off game set, this time for Minecraft Legends. I like our player and their loot. The bird is also adorable, and this banner's design is un-Minecrafty, but a good Lego build. The stone golem is cute, and the skeleton villager is rather grim. The blaze run looks silly. The devourer itself is quite sickening, in a good way though. B tier. The pirate ship voyage. I'm always glad to add more pirate figures to my crew, both looking great. The ship is kinda cute, and will fit well together alongside the other. This camel build may be my favorite of all the mobs in this entire theme. I've seriously considered buying a few of this set, just to get more of this adorable creature. A tier. The Cherry Blossom Garden. This one gives a better look at the expanded cherry grove. The flowers look great. The pot here is fantastic, and the sniffers are so sweet. We also get our first figure for Sunny, and they look great. Add in some bees, and it's a lovely set. S tier. The Wolf Stronghold. Animal theme base? Check. Cold biome? Check. It's okay, I guess. A facade build. At least the mossy cobble breaks up a bit. The player is just okay. I'm not a fan of their smile. D tier. The Windmill Farm is just that. A build that would look good accompanying the barn. 2 lovely sheep and a villager. Speaking of, check out this incredible loom build. More sunflowers, a hoe, and this figure even has a cape. A pretty solid set. B tier. The Badlands Mineshaft. A cave set that's actually good? It's great to finally get the overabundant copper ore, as well as the return of the beloved minecart tracks, which accompany this Badland Mineshaft. This bit of amethyst is nicely done, and we're even in a slime chunk. The donkey is a nice accompany for our figure, who is a great prospector. A tier. The Ender Dragon and End Ship, a combo of both End Islands. This portal is much better than the last, but the egg still sucks. The ship is wonderfully done, and the dragon herself is excellent once again. Our figures look fantastic, and we get more elytra, fitting of the ship. This set is high A tier. Before we get to our final, and as of yet unreleased set, I'm going to run through the Smolly Poly bags of sets. For this video, I used brick sets list, so hence why these are out of order. If you've made it this far, subscribe. You can always unsub later, and maybe leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Now, to save some time, let's get these done quick. Nether Duel makes me drool. B tier. Steven Creeper set, a purchase I regret. C tier. The Skeleton Defense, this is really your best? D tier. The Turtle Beach, a nice set piece. B tier. Dripstone Cavern, could have used some iron. B tier. Steven Baby Panda, this video is square cake propaganda. A tier. Steve Zombie Pig, here I need a swig. D tier. TNT Launcher and Skeleton, TNT Explosion again? F tier. Alex with Ocelot and Sheep puts me to sleep. C tier. Iron Golem. F tier. Miner and Creeper, at least a unique figure. B tier. Steve with Drowned Zombie? It's just called a drowned. This throws off my rhyming. D tier. Alex with Skeleton and Skeleton Horse. Quite a mouthful, but another horseman is nice. A tier. Steve with Spider, Steve in F tier. Cave Explorer, Creeper Slime, I find this set quite sublime. A tier. Adventurer with Drowned and Axolotl, this title makes me less volatile. B tier. Ninja, Zombie, and TNT Launcher, these explosion play features are my torture. C tier. Nether Hero and Enderman, I suppose I'm a fan. B tier. Pillager with Training Dummy. Pillager behind a magazine subscription? Now that's quite scummy. A tier. Spider and Skeleton, now this is some jockey fun. A tier. Alex, Baby Llama, and B, cute animals are neat to see. B tier. Knight with Chest and Anvil, this is less than a handful. C tier. Steve with Diamond Armor, this set's Blast Farmus is quite the charmer. B tier. Stray, Crystal Knight and Shooter, a worse Stray, now that's a twofer. C tier. Nether Hero and Strider, we're almost done, my dear subscriber. B tier. Zombie Burning Baby Zombie and TNT, Alex with Wolf, Golden Knight and Charged Creeper, these ones have no pictures, so I will not feature. Drowned and Hero, my view count down to 0. B tier. Skin Pack 1 and Skin Pack 2, oh how I adore you. A tiers. Steve. C tier. Okay, we're finally done with the rapid fire sets. We've almost covered them all. This is our last set. Let's jump right into it. The crafting table. A return to micro-scale Minecraft? Some time ago, I would have hated this, but the design of this set. The microbiomes are done so well, and the wall that is the sky is truly spectacular. The LEGO team has improved a lot since our first sets over a decade ago. The micro-scale mobs are great. Steve even has a better skin tone. This villager is derpy, but I love them. And of course, the set itself, the crafting table. This build rests within is wonderful. Our final set. And what a lovely way to end on. It's only fitting. S tier. Here we have our final tier list. Let's give it a quick look over. Most of the sets of the theme have ended up in B tier, which is pretty solid. Still, a lot ended up in A tier, which is wonderful. This theme is pure quality. Only 3 sets managed to end up all the way down in F tier. 3 failures is not that bad. Thank you so much for accompanying me through this ranking. Let me know what you would change down below in the comments. I love this theme, and it's been wonderful to see it grow and prosper these last couple years. Happy 10th anniversary LEGO Minecraft. Sorry I've been gone from video making for a bit. I've needed some time to rest and focus on life. That doesn't mean I've been idle though. I have several ideas and videos in various stages of production. Lastly, I'd like to thank you all for the support, even since I've been gone. We've reached a lot of new people. And thanks to you, we are officially YouTube partners. A dream I've had for quite some time now. I make these videos for the love of it, and for LEGO. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you next time. La 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 la.